children's rights, religious indoctrination, physical punishment, and circumcision. Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is pleasing unto the Lord. Colossians 3:20. Don't fail to correct your children. They won't die if you spank them. Physical discipline may well save them from death. Proverbs 23:13-14. The rod of correction imparts wisdom, but a child left to himself disgraces his mother. Proverbs 29:15. Such shall be the covenant between me and you and your offspring to follow, which you shall keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised. You shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and that shall be a sign of the covenant between me and you. And throughout the generations, every male among you shall be circumcised at the age of 8 days. God to Abraham in Genesis 17, part of the P document, the last composed text and the first to mention circumcision. Religious indoctrination of children is a large concern for the secular community. An additional concern is the physical abuse children undergo because the religious beliefs of their parents encourage spanking and other types of violence. Article 14 of the United Nations Charter of Rights of Children concerns the right of a child to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. Calling religious indoctrination of children abuse is controversial, yet children are involuntary participants in religious rituals from birth. This practice includes preaching, prayer, religious readings, church attendance, and frequently Bible study classes. Parents frequently either read from the Bible or make the children read from it in cases where the child has either misbehaved or made an error in behavior. Such practices encourage a child to think of herself as having sinned instead of having made a mistake. When a child grows a little older, she is often placed in private religious schools or is homeschooled, which further indoctrinates her into the religious beliefs of her parents. Many young people are coerced into attending religious universities or colleges because parents will not pay their tuition elsewhere. The Catholic Church's concealment of many of its priests' abuse of children, sexual and otherwise, is well documented, and the scandal and revelations are continuing as of this writing. Every month there is a story in the news that children have been denied medical care by parents on religious grounds. There are many cases where children are starved or beaten because the parents believe the child has been corrupted by Satan or possessed by a devil. The site of What's the Harm on the web has a long list of children's names who have been abused or who have died as a result of the religious belief of their parents. Circumcision, males. Circumcision is a religious social practice. It is practiced in the Jewish religion and also in many parts of the Arab world and the Mideast. Circumcision is not practiced in most first world countries except the United States. 82% of the world's young men are intact. It was introduced in the U.S. by the medical profession and became popular starting around 1870. Reducing masturbation in children was a large goal of many circumcision proponents. Although there were claims that it cured children of paralysis, prevented penile cancer, and other canards. About 100 babies die each year in the United States due to complications from circumcision. 1 out of every 500 circumcision results in a serious complication such as hemorrhage, infection, damage to the penis, and other difficulties. Female circumcision is illegal in the United States, while male circumcision is often performed in United States hospitals, frequently financed by Medicaid. There are many misconceptions surrounding the circumcision of male babies. Circumcision does not make the penis immune to infection, sexually transmittable diseases, or penile cancer. In fact, a hospital circumcision on a baby boy makes him 12% more vulnerable to MRSA, a dangerous bacterial infection, than baby boys born in the hospital and not circumcised. Smegma is the material that lubricates the cavity between the foreskin of the penis and glans. thus allowing smooth movement between them in intercourse. It is not dirt, and it is easy to clean. Many medical practitioners, such as Dr. Dean Adele, have been advising against circumcising male babies for years. The American Academy of Pediatricians states that circumcision is not essential to the child's current well-being. With the facts becoming clear that the practice of circumcision is not medically necessary, the infant circumcision rate in the United States is now, according to the U.S. Health and Human Services report, about 56%. The time has come to end this an unnecessary, sometimes dangerous practice. Young children do not need to lose healthy tissue, suffer pain and potential complications from a procedure that is not medically necessary and in which children have no choice. Many of us look forward to the end of this outdated and unnecessary practice. Thank you for your attention to this long lecture.